with their incredible come-from-behind win over the Knicks in Game 1 in overtime.
And for Indiana, this will always come down to pace. Again, we keep talking about the series. They have the depth. They want to make this a track meet.
What happens when a team riding high with the best season in 25 years suddenly crumbles in the biggest moment? The New York Knicks have found themselves in an absolute nightmare. After making it to the playoffs with sky-high expectations, they now face a disaster no one saw coming. Down 0-2 to the Indiana Pacers, on their home court no less, this was supposed to be their time to prove they could compete with the best. But instead of coming through when it mattered most, the Knicks have fallen apart. And the question on everyone's mind is, how did we get here? Can they fix it, or is their playoff run over before it even started? The stakes couldn't be higher. The Knicks had everything going for them at the start. Game 1 was supposed to be a statement, an emphatic "we've arrived" to the rest of the NBA. But what we witnessed was nothing short of a collapse of monumental proportions. The Knicks were leading, dominating for most of the game, but as the final minutes ticked away, the Pacers made an unbelievable comeback, stealing the game and leaving the Knicks stunned. The crowd at Madison Square Garden was silenced, and the disbelief was palpable. Then came Game 2, and despite a valiant effort to fight back, the Knicks once again fell short. They played well, but it wasn't enough. Every time they got close, the Pacers pulled away. Every mistake, every missed opportunity felt like it was magnified. The Knicks found themselves down again, and with each passing second, it became clear. Another loss, and their playoff hopes would be hanging by a thread. This was supposed to be their year.
In a multiple point guard position in Sacramento and gave him the keys in Indiana.
Brunson with the runner.
Well, they get that turnover because they stay home on shooters, which is why the Knicks can get in the paint and score.
Brunson.
But now, their season is on the line. The Pacers are in complete control, and for the Knicks, it feels like their destiny is slipping away. So what's happening on the other side of the court? The Indiana Pacers have been nothing short of a buzzsaw. They've shocked everyone, myself included, by turning their season around and dominating on the road. Their offense is like a machine, crushing teams with precision, hitting shots from every angle, and moving the ball with an efficiency that's nearly impossible to stop. The Knicks? They've had no answer for it. The Pacers shot 51% from the field and an impressive 43% from beyond the arc in Game 2. But let's talk about the man of the hour, Pascal Siakam. Remember when the trade happened? A lot of people, including myself, questioned if it would really make a difference. Well, Siakam just dropped 39 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, and a steal.
It away with a turnover. Indiana has it, will try to cash in. Oh, what a pass indeed, and Siakam finishes.
He hit 15 of 23 from the floor, including 3 of 5 from three-point range. And if you think that's impressive, wait until you see what the rest of the Pacers team brought. Myles Turner, TJ McConnell, and others all stepped up and made big contributions. The Knicks couldn't contain any of them. You'd expect a superstar like Siakam to take over, but it was the role players who came in and made their mark as well. Nesmith dropped 12, Turner added 16, and Nembhard shot 100% from three-point range. The Pacers are playing with something to prove, and it shows. They're a relentless, hungry team that's determined to make noise in the postseason. Now, let's talk about the Knicks defense, or rather, their lack of it.
Wants to jab and shoot a three.
Towns into Turner, and across the lane with the spin.
Good move there by the big cat. And you have numbers if you want him with McConnell on the backside.
From behind. What a pass. Towns into the cutting right.
Throughout the season, the Knicks have prided themselves on their defense, but so far in this series, they've been completely exposed. The Pacers are playing at a blistering pace, and the Knicks just can't keep up. Every time the Pacers push the ball, the Knicks seem a step behind. They're slow to rotate, slow to close out shooters, and they can't contain the ball on the perimeter. The Pacers' passing has been crisp and precise. The ball moves faster than the Knicks can react, and it's led to wide-open shots all over the floor. On top of that, the Knicks are getting beat inside as well. They've been unable to stop the Pacers' big men who are scoring at will in the paint. They're getting caught in mismatches on defense and allowing easy buckets. It's not just the stars, though. The Pacers have been exploiting every opportunity, and it's evident in their offensive execution. The Knicks, despite their best efforts, haven't been able to stop this juggernaut. But it's not just the players on the court that are letting the Knicks down. Tom Thibodeau's coaching decisions have come under fire, and for good reason. The Knicks' lack of adjustments has been glaring throughout this series. In Game 2, for example, Thibodeau left his team vulnerable by making questionable lineup choices. The start of the fourth quarter was a critical moment, and Thibodeau rolled out a lineup that had no business being on the floor in such an important situation. The result? A disastrous 9 minutes in which the Knicks were outscored and fell behind. Thibodeau waited until the 9-minute mark to bring in Jalen Brunson, the team's best player.
8th time these two franchises will meet in the playoffs. 6 of those
came in that 8-year span in the 90s as Brunson.
And by that time, the Pacers had already built a significant lead. This delay in making the right adjustments has hurt the Knicks, and you have to wonder why Thibodeau hasn't recognized the need to make changes sooner. In playoff basketball, every decision counts, and right now, Thibodeau's hesitations could cost the Knicks their season. Another glaring issue for the Knicks? Their lack of depth. The Knicks have relied heavily on their starting five all season, and it's showing in the playoffs. They simply don't have the depth to compete with a team like the Pacers. The Knicks' bench has been inconsistent at best. Outside of Mitchell Robinson and Myles Bridges, no one has stepped up in a big way. And that's been a huge problem because in the postseason, depth matters. The Pacers, meanwhile, can go 8 to 10 deep without a noticeable drop in performance. From Tony Bradley to Benedict Mathurin to Obi Toppin, the Pacers have role players who are contributing solid minutes and making a difference on the court. The Knicks, on the other hand, are playing their key guys heavy minutes. Jalen Brunson played 38 minutes, Myles Bridges logged 45 minutes, and the fatigue is starting to show. The Knicks are gassed, and they don't have enough bodies to rotate in and keep fresh legs on the floor. And what about the Knicks' supposed stars? They've been underwhelming when it matters most. Karl Anthony Towns, who was supposed to be a defensive anchor for the Knicks, has been a liability.
Up in the league in the playoffs. Bridges double times, cutting, and jackhammers. And New York's got the lead. What a comeback.
He hasn't been able to guard anyone on the Pacers, and his performance in Game 2 was nothing short of disappointing. Whether he's playing the 5 or the 4, he's been exposed on both ends of the floor. His defensive struggles have been especially glaring against the Pacers, who are taking advantage of every mismatch they can find. Then there's Jalen Brunson. Don't get me wrong, Brunson has been fantastic for the Knicks, putting up 36 points and 11 assists in Game 2. But even his heroics weren't enough. There were moments when he could have made better decisions, especially at the end of the game. With the Knicks down 3, Brunson attempted a deep three-pointer from way outside. The shot was ill-advised, and the Knicks had an opportunity to create a better look. Was it a sign of desperation, or was he trying to avoid getting fouled? We'll never know, but it's just another example of how the Knicks are struggling in critical moments. So what's next for the Knicks? They're staring down the barrel of a must-win Game 3 in Indiana, and if they lose, their season is over.
New York is 11 of 29, shooting threes, about 38%. Haliburton, his three is good.
The Pacers have been relentless, playing with a chip on their shoulder, and they don't look like they're slowing down anytime soon. The Knicks are fighting an uphill battle, and if they don't find a way to fix their defensive issues, make the right coaching adjustments, and get more from their bench, this series is going to be over before it even starts. The question is, can the Knicks turn it around, or will the Pacers' dominance continue to roll over them? The clock is ticking, and time is running out for the Knicks to salvage their playoff hopes. This could be the end of their best chance in over 2 decades. It's now or never for New York, but if Game 1 and 2 have taught us anything, it's that the Pacers are a force to be reckoned with, and the Knicks have a lot of work to do before they even think about surviving this series.